Today, we will be diving into the world of search engine optimized blogging with Notion and Next.js, a powerful combination that's perfect for content creators and developers like us. I'll be showing you how to set it up step by step, so be sure to stick around till the end. Before I dive into the how, I want to talk about the why. I have been using Notion for years and absolutely love it to organize my life. From potential YouTube ideas to side projects, from my note taking to my finances, I use Notion constantly. Recently, I launched my own SaaS product, and when I did more research on how I can generate users organically, the first thing I came across is writing SEO blogs. But when I tried finding about how I can post these blogs, I faced two challenges. One, I had already built a part of my application and didn't want to set up a new no code environment. So Ghost blogs, WordPress, etc. were out of the equation. Secondly, I didn't want the learning curve of a new platform and wanted to use something that I have already used before. Finally, I came across this amazing GitHub repository by Tuan Hong. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So in this video, I'm going to show you what changes I made to the repository and how I set this up to work with Notion, which fulfilled my blogging aspirations. By the way, if you want to know more about the SaaS product I'm working on, do let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. Before we set up the project, we will need to generate our Notion secret key. Head over to notion.so/myintegrations. Let's create a new integration. Give it a name, Next.js CMS. I'm not adding any logo, but you can do so if you want to. And submit. Let's copy the integration secret. Click Show and copy. Now we need to define capabilities. So go to the tab on the left and allow read user information, including email addresses. Don't forget to save changes. We will now set up this repository. Let's clone this repo onto our computer. Git clone and let's paste the URL. Okay, so the repo cloned successfully. I'm going to open up the folders to see what we are dealing with. We need to set up our environment variables. The author has provided an env.example file, so let's check that. We won't be using all of these. All we need is the Notion secret and database ID, which I will show you how to get in just a minute. Create a .env file. Let's copy this into our .env file. Add the Notion integration secret. Now for the blog database ID, we will need to create the database in our Notion workspace. Head back to the README file on GitHub. Open the blog setup article that has been included. Let's scroll down and click the template link. This will redirect you to Notion. Continue to external site. Now let's duplicate this template into our workspace. We need to allow the integration that we previously created to have access to this Notion page. Open up the settings for this page by clicking on these three dots. Add connections. You should be able to see the integration you just created in the previous step. Select Confirm. Now our integration has access to this page. We need to copy the database ID. It's right here in the URL. Head back to our env file and paste. So let's run the project. cd into the folder and run npm install. This may take a minute or two. Now that the packages are installed, let's execute npm run dev to run the code. The server has started on port 3000. Let's check it out. Wow, this is pretty neat, isn't it? This is the home page of our blog, and we can see all these articles that are being dynamically rendered from our Notion database. Notice the tags are dynamic as well. It's being rendered from the column categories. Let me show you how easy it is to get started. Let's take the first blog here. Say you suddenly want to unpublish this article. Well, this is very simple to do. Go back to Notion and select draft. Refresh the page, and there, it's gone. How can you add a new category? That's easy too. Just type the category label, test category, and hit enter. Refresh again, and there it is. All articles are benefited from the server-side rendering provided by Next.js, making it amazing for SEO. If you click on an article, you can see that the URL automatically has the title of the article in itself. I found this to be pretty cool and handy. Let's move on and see how we can create a new blog using Notion as a CMS. To create a new blog using the integration, simply add a new row. Let's give it a title, My Personal Blog. Let's set a publish date for 9th of August. We will publish it so we can see our changes as and when we do them. Let's create a couple of categories. Blog. Adding a cover image is easy as well. I'm going to use a stock image from Unsplash. We want something technology related. This one looks good. Let's copy the address for this. Embed link, paste. Add a short summary. Set the route as articles. To add some content, simply open it up and start typing. I want to show you how we handle video embeddings as well. So let's take one of my videos and embed that into the blog post. Click on Share, Embed, and copy this URL that YouTube gives us. This is a bit tricky. Add the video component and embed it. Go back to our Next.js application and refresh. Yes, that's it. Look how great it looks. Let's see what's inside. All the elements are successfully shown. So obviously, this is a boilerplate implementation that is meant to be customized. In the next section of the video, I'm going to show you some small additions that I made which seem to make the application better for me. So let's dive in. The issue most of you would have noticed is that the video is not sized correctly. So I'm going to change the video component and add some styling to fix this. In the component folder, go to the Notion blocks and open the file youtube-embed.tsx. To solve this issue, let's install an npm package, React Player. Run npm install React Player. Now import it and let's remove the existing code and add the component React Player. URL is the prop. Done. Let's see what has changed. So the size of the video is perfect, but I would prefer it to be centered. Go back to the code editor and let's add some Tailwind CSS classes to fix it. Remove these classes and add flex, justify center, and items center. But we are still not done. Even with this, we will face a unique error called the hydration error. I have included an article about this in the description if you'd like to learn more. To solve this error, we will need to disable server-side rendering on this specific component. Import the built-in package next/dynamic. Now, simply change the way the function is being exported. We are basically wrapping the component in the dynamic function and setting the SSR server-side rendering to false. Hit save and let's have a look at our application. This is perfect. Our video has been centered perfectly and is correctly sized. Let's move on to the next modification I added. It's the dynamic sitemap generation. Let's create a file in Pages called sitemap.xml.js. A sitemap is just a list of pages within a domain that is intended for web crawlers such as search engines, allowing them to index all the pages on a website easily. I will just paste in the code that I have written. Let's go through this. Firstly, we are getting a eslinter error, so we need to modify our .eslint.rc file. I found the solution on Stack Overflow and it works alright. In get server side props, we fetch all the published articles present in Notion using getAllArticle function and then pass in the articles into the generate sitemap, which then dynamically renders the sitemap for the web crawlers. Now you can keep publishing or unpublishing the blogs and your sitemap would be automatically updated. Let's go to localhost 3000/sitemap.xml. This looks perfect. Now, honestly, there are many more customizations that you can do. For example, here in layouts, you can go here and modify the meta tags, or simply open site data and modify these fields as per your liking. The template has not included a favicon, so you can add your own here. There are many little things that I find very useful in this template. For example, the status column in Notion. It can easily allow a user to publish and unpublish the article. And it also allows you to manage your drafts from the same interface as well. Secondly, I really find the automated slug generation in the URL to be a very neat feature. So let's go and open an article. Observe how the URL path is generated from the article. If you update the heading in Notion, the URL will automatically change as well. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Do let me know which other technologies you would like me to cover next. And do comment and tell me what about this template you like the best. Have a great day. Subscribe to stay updated on new videos. See you in the next one.